Everyone really wants to know the answer to how much money can you actually make on YouTube, especially if you don't have a ton of subscribers. While I've been on YouTube for a few years, this year my channel surpassed the 10,000 subscriber mark and officially got monetized. And if I'm being honest, I had no clue how much I'd actually make from being monetized, but also how it'd impact my other income streams as a creator and a business owner. And now I have real numbers, so we're gonna break down exactly how much I've made so far in 2025. So let's get into it. There's a tool that I've been using to manage my business finances, and it's called Revolut Business, an all-in-one business account to simplify everything money related. They're currently offering a $200 welcome bonus for new users. Stay tuned and I'll tell you more. First, it's important to understand all of the different income streams that I'm considering when we're talking about this total number. And there are essentially 4 income streams that I accredit YouTube for. The first is Adsense, so how much I'm making from the ads that are running on my videos. The second thing is brand partnerships, and I will say this has surprised me the most. Then we have general affiliate income and how it's impacted myself as a business who has digital products, but also a service-based business with my agency. And for the timeline we're talking about, it's not a perfect year or quarter. It's essentially starting from when I first got monetized in Q1 to the day that I'm actually recording this, which is in September. So I have my phone because we got the numbers. The total number is $35,200, which I think is honestly pretty impressive. So let's first start with Adsense, because this is what I was dying to know is like, okay, I monetized, yippee-ki-yay, how much am I actually going to be making? So far I've made $2,300 from Adsense. In a way, I'm like, that's amazing. For me not having to do anything extra besides now being able to have ads and make money from it on my videos, we love that. That is truly as passive as it gets. Is that a lot of money to write home about? No. Is that actually gonna sustain a creator or business owner full-time? Absolutely not. Like that barely covers like my cost to actually make you these videos. So when I'm thinking of something like AdSense in my business, because it's still new to my income stream, it's not super reliable, it's a bonus for me. I'm like, this is great. Love it. So I already hope from this video you stop obsessing over monetizing your channel, because I feel like that's such a small piece of the pie in terms of actually making money on YouTube. It's great, it's definitely a bonus, but especially when you're just starting out with getting monetized, I'm not guessing you're gonna make a lot more money than I am. Okay, now we have the one that I think is really juicy, and this is brand partnerships. So for the number that I'm about to share, this is including 4 brand partnerships where YouTube has been a primary part of the campaign. Like a lot of brand partnerships, YouTube integrations or dedications can be the only thing, but it also can be a part of a bigger campaign with multiple deliverables. But just to keep it clean, I'm sharing the full numbers. So just know this might also include content I've done on my Instagram or other platforms. And also I do have management. So I'm sharing the final number total, but there is a 20% commission that my management makes after this. So this is just the overall number from brand partnerships. So far from those 4 brand partnerships, I've made $30,500, which I feel like is a super impressive number. And this is why this number has actually surprised me, is because I would still consider my channel to be really small, like a micro channel. And so I think it really shows 2 things. One, it shows that even if you have a small audience or community, if you are creating great content, if they are engaging with your content, your subscribers are super loyal and connected, and you are a true expert in making great things, and brands can see how they can be a part of that, you can monetize not just with AdSense, but with brand partnerships. And even before I had 10,000 followers, I've had brand partnerships in the past, but I definitely am making more now and more consistently than I was in the past. It also shows you is when I'm looking at how much I've made from brand partnerships total for the year so far, a really, really big part of that is YouTube. I just find that more brands are interested in YouTube, they're wanting to invest in YouTube, and they see the value of the longevity and the long form nature of that type of content. And just an overview overview of what brand partnerships on YouTube looks like, there's really two ways to work with a brand on YouTube. The first way is with a dedicated video, where the entire video is built on or created off of a partnership. So an example of this is I have a 2-part series that I've done with Flowdesk, which is my email marketing tool of choice. And so I literally had dedicated videos to literally showing how to use Flowdesk. An example of an integration is actually what you're going to see in this video, where it's integrated into the topic and the video, but it's a part of the video. It's not the entire video. Here's something I've realized since starting to earn money as a creator on YouTube. It doesn't just show up as a neat paycheck every 2 weeks with the same number. It's multiple income streams, Adsense, brand partnerships, and even sales for my agency. All of that landing at different times and in different amounts. And even on top of that, you're paying for the tools, gear upgrades, and even team support that goes along with running a business. That's why how you manage and spend your money matters just as much as how you make it. And a tool that can really help with this is Revolut Business. It's essentially a financial super app for businesses and creators, giving you one place to manage accounts, payments, and spending, whether you're working on your laptop or you're on the go. What I love is that you can easily link your accounting software and automatically sync expenses. For example, a tool like QuickBooks connects seamlessly, which is what I use for my bookkeeping. So all of your revenue and expenses are synced without you having to do any manual work. It's also a really great way to get a snapshot of your business finances. In just a few taps, you can see your earnings versus expenses, plot and forecast for future spending, and even see real-time trends so you can see all of your income streams just like I did and be able to make the right decisions on where to invest your time and money. And if you're hiring a team, whether it's editors, help with your content, or in my case, running an agency, Revolut makes it really simple to manage expenses for everyone. You can issue physical and virtual cards to yourself and your team, send transfers worldwide, and set spend controls so you can decide who spends what and where. Plus, you can send, hold, and receive money in multiple currencies, which is really hard to find. If you want to try Revolut Business out for yourself, I've linked all the details in the description so you can sign up and get a welcome bonus. Now on to the other streams of income, which I don't have like concrete numbers for because there's lots of sources of where this income comes from, but I thought it was still worth mentioning. The first is affiliate income. So this is when I'm sharing something, whether it's in the show notes or even as a part of a brand partnership where I get a kickback when you use an affiliate link. Essentially, this is the income that I'm making from that. And so I would say roughly month to month, it's between $200 and $300 per month. So if we kind of like average that for the year, let's just say $2,500 total for the year so far. And considering this is pretty passive, it's something that I'm already doing organically because I'm sharing things that I already love, use, and I'm wanting to recommend, or it's a part of a brand partnership. It doesn't take me a lot of extra effort, but same as AdSense, nothing to write home about. I think I definitely could have a more dedicated strategy to this, but affiliate income and link sharing just isn't a big part of my income stream or a really big place that I'm focusing, at least right now. And the last one, which like I said, is kind of hard to get a number for, is how much it's actually impacted my business. And with these types of things, content often is fueling your marketing and in terms of your funnels, in terms of how you're getting clients, and it can sometimes just be a factor. For example, I was on a sales call the other day and literally she was the perfect dream client for our agency, a really great fit. And she was literally saying that she not only binged my YouTube channel, but she also sent it to someone else who thought would be a great fit for our services. So it shows that they're not maybe finding me on YouTube and automatically booking like a chemistry call, but they are in my content ecosystem, and my YouTube is just one piece of content that's impacting their decision to become a client or to purchase a product from me. So for example, I did a lot of content around my series workshop that I did earlier this year. I did content about series, about a case study on my own series, and that essentially was an ad or integration of sorts, like me sponsoring my own videos to talk about my own products and offers. And I definitely heard Discord, all up in the chat, and people that joined that workshop were like, I found you on YouTube, I was obsessed, I binged all the things, I joined your email list, and then I bought the workshop. The number I do have to share for this is so far just from YouTube, from me sharing freebies specific to content that I have, like my content calendar freebie, or the free workbook that went along with my simple video system series, I've grown my email list by 2,300 new subscribers, which definitely has been the one thing that has grown my email list a lot over the years of having an email list. And so many of those people are replying to my emails and really engaging in my content ecosystem and are going to be primed leads for whenever I want to sell something. So just to summarize this revenue breakdown of how I've made over 30 grand just from my YouTube channel, that is pretty small. The biggest income stream here is brand partnerships, which was already an existing income stream for me, but I've been landing more partnerships and higher paying partnerships on a consistent basis that are fully focused on YouTube as a big part of that campaign. The other income streams that are kind of like nice to haves are Adsense and affiliate income. And it's also positively benefited my agency and the other parts of my business that I make most of my income from. So if I had to give some takeaways and advice for you on kind of like what's working for me, what I'm focusing on, and how you can apply it to your own YouTube strategy, the first thing is do not sleep on brand partnerships. I also feel like because YouTube is like a part of Google, I've been getting a lot more inquiries to work with me. So I feel like it's a really easy place for brands to discover you. But I think the biggest thing is start creating content that brands can see integrations being a part of and organically start to share about things that you love and would love to partner with a brand on. Also, if you're maybe already doing brand partnerships but on other channels, start adding in YouTube as an option in the packages. When I was landing brand partnerships, when my channel was under that 10,000 subscriber mark, I would constantly add in my YouTube as an option for like the biggest, best package where they can kind of get all the touch points. Not only are you able to actually get them better results because your audience isn't just consuming one type of content, but multiple types of content, you can build that foundation for that relationship. So as your channel grows, you can have more consistent partnerships with those brands. Most of my brand partnerships at this point are with brands that I have partnered with for years and I love, use, swear by. And so it makes it a lot easier to be like, hey, here's an idea I have, here's a video I have, here's a new feature I know you're promoting. Let's turn that into something we can collaborate on. I did a video about this a while ago, but booking calls, following up, and even pitching and advocating for yourself literally works when it comes to brand partnerships. In terms on getting your channel monetized, if you'd really like that kind of passive income stream of getting that AdSense income, is the more and more I created high quality content, the closer and closer I got to that milestone. So while I don't think you need to post weekly to get results, I do think you do need to be posting as much as you can with high quality content, because that's gonna help you get those watch time hours to actually get your channel monetized. And in terms of how I'm taking this data and going into 2026, I think a big thing that I'm going to be focusing on is how I can have longer term partnerships for my YouTube channel where there's maybe multiple integrations involved. I also feel like the more and more momentum I'm seeing from YouTube, the more results I'm seeing, the more time I'm able to dedicate to creating more content. So if you're new here, make sure you subscribed. If you're not new here, also make sure you're subscribed. I see y'all watching. I see it. Because I have more and more content that I'm creating. And I feel like because I put in the reps over the years of being on YouTube, my content's gotten really good. It's fire. Well, at least I think so. And y'all tell me that in the comments. So hopefully this has been helpful and also just like really interesting to see of like, I don't have a huge channel. Being a YouTuber is not my full-time job, but it's been able to contribute really significantly to my overall income as a business owner. And I feel like this is really just the start. I feel like if I had to start from scratch as a creator, I would 100% focus on YouTube. I know things are longer. I know it can sometimes take more of a time and energy investment or even a literal investment if you're investing in an editor like I am. But I I truly think it is one of the platforms that has the most longevity in terms of working with brands, but also getting that passive income from your AdSense. So I hope this has been helpful. Definitely let me know in the comments, what questions do you have about making money on YouTube, creating content on YouTube? I would love to create a follow-up video on this. And remember, it's not just about what you make as a creator or business owner, but how you manage it. That's where Revolut Business gives you one place to manage payments, accounts, and expenses, plus handy integration with tools like QuickBooks to keep everything streamlined and in one place. If you want to try Revolut out for yourself, you can sign up using the link in the description. And if you're looking for a video that talks a little bit more about my entire YouTube strategy, I highly recommend watching this video next.